Hello bros and welcome to Effect Zero BroFive production and next part of Sakura Angesl. So, Hikaru got covered in goo last time. Well, I suspected that a lot actually. Start recording it here. Well, when Sayuka led me away like that, I suspected that a lot. It's raining slime. A good amount of the wild dudes continue to coat the beach, all that remains of what was once a giant creature. Huh. I thought it would have put out a bigger fight. And at that center of the mess is a very traumatized Hikari, coated in a great deal of the stuff. The slime around her gives up a violent sizzle. Thankfully it doesn't seem strong enough to cause any real harm, but it's at away of a good portion of her outfit. So it's eating away her outfit. What? It's really not a pretty sight. Hikari. She says nothing. She doesn't even move. She seized up a completely under the foul substance, only occasionally blinking as the situation soaks in. Literally. Oh, I see. The rain of time finally comes to an end, making it safe to step out. She says nothing. Actually press back. The rain slime comes to a safe step out, though have to be careful to not step or into any of the slime. I can't even begin to imagine how Hikaru must be feeling. Hikaru, are you? Not one word. But I said not. Not one word. Her shoulders are visibly shaking. The world might have survived the giant slime, but it looks like we might have someone else that are about to go on a rampage. Yeah. This is quite a mess. Sayuka strips at the sling from behind the rocks to a grin across her face. Sayuka, don't even. I wonder what they think of all this back home. I was thinking straight. That beach ball you threw at me. Sayuka clicks her tongue and nimble evades the slime across the sand as she approaches her partner, still bearing the same smug look. Excuse. I didn't think one of the top students would pull a blunder like this. It's not my fault. Wait, something doesn't make sense. Sayuka? If you know that was going to happen, why didn't you stop her? A good point. I could, but where the fun be in that? Well, Sayuka's evil. Her smile suddenly looks all the more vicious. This girl is pure evil. I said she was evil. Why does this sort of thing always happen to me? Well, you were the top student, apparently. That's always so. But what kind of top student was she? Hikaru lets out a groan and attempt to pry herself free of the sticky substance that clings to her skin. Well, we have towels. Be strong, Hikari. Our fun at the beach comes to a rather abrupt and messy end, thanks to the unwanted guest having crashed the party. Naturally, you could just leave the slime there as it was, so several more hours were spent cleaning it up, making the beach safer. It was a fun job, at all. In fact, I think some of the slime must have still had some semblance of sentence to it, as it stubbornly fought back against my best effort to sweep it back into the ocean. Man, I can't believe I had spent a good part of the day sweeping up goo off the beach. Well, I hope I never have to do that. That's not exactly a job I look forward to in the future if that ever happens. I can't blame Sayuka though. It's not like she knew this was going to happen when she came up with the idea. But her insistence of watching Hikaru make a mess of things didn't help matters. Oh, it's night. Is that evil girl gonna show up again? We trudged through the streets, the day well and truly gone. The sun sinks into the horizon, basking the world in haze orangey glow. Why does they have the school outfits on? I don't get that. Nobody says anything and I can only see an exhausted face to either side of me. All the fuss at the beach really took it out of us. I don't think Hikari has ever said more than a few words since I was first covered in slime. Despite the exhaustion, both of them still seem to be on guard, their eyes scanning over the shadows as we continue on. Right. So far with each walk home, Suzuki has ambushed us. That's the great Dark Angel. I would only make sense if she was swooped in while we were exhausted like this. It'd be an easy win. I don't even know if the girls have it in them to fight at the moment. I hope she doesn't show in for once. But nothing attacks us. No mad giggles from the shadows. No more monsters striking from this darkness. Just nothing. Well, now I'm getting afraid. Seriously, if nothing happens after 2 days of getting attacked, I really wonder. Well, she got pretty beat up last night, so she might be licking her wounds. It's a bit hard to believe that after all the effort she had went through the past night that she would simply just let us go this time around. Wait a second. When I say licking her wounds, it's just an expression actually. Just so you don't misunderstand. Unless she deliberately trying to get us to tower our guard and is hidden further up ahead. I'm getting paranoid now. Well, you should get a bit paranoid, but whatever. At the very last, I haven't had any more headaches since the slime at the beach. At the very least, I haven't had. Oh. And usually they're the most intense when I'm confronted by Suzuki for whatever reason. I trust my head. It seems to be most reliable thing when it comes to this outwardly conduct. I just have one question. The beach. Why didn't anyone else at the beach notice that big slimy thing or the slime covering the beach? I wonder. We make it home, not a single Dark Angel in sight. I part ways with the girls with a lazy wave and a grunt, both of them responding with about the same level of enthusiasm. I think we all just wanted to pretend today didn't happen. Well, mostly Hikari. Somehow I get the feeling she'll probably be one of the remembered in the most, however. The rest of the evening is a blur. I think I ate dinner at some point and maybe blazed around the couch for a while watching a show I can't really remember much about before I finally crash in for the night. As I'm dragging into my dreams, I get the feeling that something terrible is lurking within them. Within them? Oh yeah, something I shouldn't ignore. But all I know is that I won't remember any of this moment I wake up. I hope you do. Morning arrives again. My head is killing me. Again. I'm going to bed earlier each night, yet somehow I'm feeling more and more like garbage each time I wake up. Well, I think you're gonna die soon. I'm gonna die soon. I don't get it. The only difference today is that the usual fair rays of the morning sun are nowhere to be seen. In their place is the heavy sound of rain hammering against the window. Pulling back the curtains, today looks to be a gloomy day. Grey skies overhead cast depressing shadows at the town below, the torrential downpour showing no signs of stopping anytime soon. Well, at least Sayuka won't drag us out somewhere again, I hope. She might do it anyway. Great. And I have to go out in the sweater and all. Wait. What? Wait. It was Friday when I stopped school. That means it was Saturday yesterday. Today means it's Sunday. Wait. In Japan, are they only free on Sundays? I will see about that. It's not going to be a fun day. That much I can already tell. I just let out a true all-out yawn before I staggers toward the bathroom. Wait. My hand hovers over the handle as I just stop myself from carelessly swinging the door open. That was a close one. I need to approach this situation carefully. Too many mistakes have been made before. I've been lucky to escape with my life before, but might not be so forgiving a second time. Okay, deep breath. I can do this. I thumped the door a good several times with the back of my fist. Hello? Anyone in there? No response, but I have fooled before. This proves nothing. I bang on the door again, even louder than the previous time. Nothing. Surely someone would have heard that if there were one on the other side. I might think Sayuka is in there, like just ignoring, wanting you to open the door and see. Which means it might be safe. I bring the door open a crack, just a little and peer through. So far, so good. I continue to open the door just a little more and a little more until I see it. A most wonderful sight takes my breath away. It's so beautiful. It's enough to move a man to tears. The bathroom is actually empty for once. Ah, so wonderful. No waking misunderstandings, no awkward stares. I can actually just freely use the bathroom today without the threat of being torn apart. I waste no time slipping inside and firmly locking the door. I even double triple check the look, something that shouldn't have been doing too, but always forgot. After a peaceful shower, I make my way down to the kitchen where Hikari and Sayuka are waiting for me. It's awful out there. Hikari gazes out the window and looks disgusted across her face. With the laundry list of other things annoy her. I guess it's no surprise she hates rain, though. Do we really have to go to school today, Kenta? Well, that answers my question. They only have one free day of a whole week. Come on. It's just a bit of water. You're not gonna melt in it or anything. Sakura grins dangerously at something sparkling in her eyes. Oh. It's less harmful than the stuff you got covered in yesterday anyway. She tries her best to suppress a giggle, but fears her laughter soon rocking the house. Commissioner Hikaru is less than amused. Sayaka? Can we just forget that already? I was stupid, I made a mistake. A big deal. You would have to kill that thing anyway, so... Well, some would have been covered. Flustered, Hikaru stomps a foot towards the mischievous partner. We haven't even reached the school yet, and they're already arguing. I think that's a new record. And besides, I recall it was you who was on the verge of being expelled from the academy at some point with your antics. What can I say? I just don't appreciate a good... They just don't appreciate a good joke. Well, you're joking too much. Joke? You almost blew up the entire... Reason I'm indeed still in the room. Hikaru cuts herself short and clams up. Realizing I am indeed still in the room, Hikaru... Yeah. I guess I'll never be able to hear about this old school of theirs. The magic one that taught them all they know. Let's just leave it at that for now and agree we've both been stupid at times, okay? Okay. I really don't think I was that bad though. Anyway, Kenta, how about I cook us all some... No, absolutely not. But you didn't even let me. I don't need to. If an involvedness you stepping foot in the kitchen in any way, shape, or form, I already know my answer. This time, it really be nope. I'll be careful. Nuh-uh. Are you being... No. Yeah, I'm not letting her or Hikaru anywhere in the kitchen again. I wouldn't mind letting Hikaru in here, but Sayuka, she thinks she's great in cooking, but she's not. Even if they do somehow manage to leave the kitchen standing, I'm sure whatever monstrous they concoct would be more damage to me than any monster lurking out there. Sayuka heaves a dramatic sigh, purses her lips and pout, and gives me a look that suggests I've been nothing but a massive disappointment to her. And she's the one that likes me. Not the bad guy. I'm not the bad guy here. It doesn't last long though before her usual sheer expression takes over again. I think it must be impossible to truly upset this girl. After that little dose of excitement for the morning, I quickly prepare a meal for the three of us before set out into the town of brave the storm. The worst thing that can happen now is that school actually is closed today. The rain shows no sight of letting up. It's hard to believe that the weekend was as bright and cheerful as it was when the dark clouds have completely eclipsed the sun overhead now. We have nothing but flimsy umbrellas to defend ourselves with, that just barely hold under the massive downpour. I have my doubts it will even be able to make it to school dry. I'm not really sure how I got this bad all of a sudden. If it keeps up throughout the day, it might even have flooding to worry about. I feel a little silly for even this crossed my mind, but I can't help but feel that this may be land lamenting in some way. A sign of things to come. I know I'm even thinking such nonsense, but I won't leave my head, no matter how hard I try. Looking back at the skies, the clouds seem even more sinister than before. Well, I think it's time to save. Right? Yes. Are you sure you want to quit? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So that was all I have for Sakura Angels this time then, but hit like and subscribe, and see you next time. BroFive!